Hello there. I'm Isabel, the co-host of Camp Animal Crossing, and welcome back to our next interview episode of The Aftermath. In today's interview, I will be talking with a recently eliminated contestant who was forced to leave the game for medical reasons, and who has a short-term goal to make his mom happy while she is in heaven. Give a round of applause to our mommy's boy, Bill.
Hey guys. I'm so glad to be here.
It's good to have you here with us, Bill. I am so sorry your dream to win for your deceased mom has been cut short. How did it feel to be pulled from the game?
I'm really ashamed that I'm not in the game anymore, and I'm angry because I'm a fighter. But at the same time, I have to be realistic, because I have to get well, because I have an even bigger job to do, one that I love, one that I cherish every day, and that's being a good son to my mom by passing my junior year of high school and getting a full-time job.
Well, we're glad you are okay, Bill. I hope you made a speedy recovery at the hospital. Okay, let's get on with the show, shall we? What have you been up to since being on Camp Animal Crossing?
Well, since the show I've just been working my ass off. I had to take care of myself before I was discharged from the hospital, so now I'm just trying to put my life together after my traumatic experience. I've also been to a psychiatrist who got me help from losing my mom and passing out in a challenge.
What is your proudest moment ever from playing Camp Animal Crossing?
Well, to say the least, I have to say my proudest moment on Camp Animal Crossing was befriending Lucky, who supported me in getting up a huge number of stairs, and supporting me from getting a leg cramp.
Oh, really? Thanks, Bill.
I also assisted Genji in completing his miscellaneous test in the one challenge. It's a good thing he came to visit me at the hospital after he got the boot, which I'll interview him later on. Yeah, on a real note, just wanted to say just making it to the show, that alone is an accomplishment in itself.
Good response. Any regrets from your experience?
I really don't have any regrets of going on the show. But I must say, if I did have regret, I regret skipping breakfast, because that was the major downfall to everything that I worked for, between applying, putting myself out there, and trying to get on the show. And having what happened happen, that's probably my only regret.
What's something that will blow fans' minds that happened out there in your season but never made it to TV?
Oh, there's probably a lot of things that fans didn't get to see because they weren't there, but one thing that comes to mind is when I jumped off a cliff. My mom asked me that if a million people jumped off a cliff, would I do it too? I said yes, and it was a shame that she didn't see me jump off the cliff.
So how do you feel about the edit you got on the show?
I feel as if my edit was kind of on point. I'm usually a straightforward person, so when it comes to getting certain tasks done, I do kind of take the lead and sometimes can come off pretty pushy and bossy. But at the same time, with storms coming in and nowhere to sleep, my first priority and only concern was keeping myself and my fellow teammates safe and covered.
Nice feedback. What was it like coming back to regular society after being out there? Was there culture shock or an adjustment coming back?
Coming back home after the show was kind of strange, and never being away from my hometown, it was kind of weird. It felt as if I died and was reborn. The everyday struggles compound, and the mood and feelings for not only myself but my mom's ashes also. We kind of felt disconnected at first, but slowly things came full circle.
Was there ever a point either during the game or after you got back where you regretted going on the show?
My only regret to going on the show was that I promised my mom I would make her proud of me because of how hard I played. As we know, that wasn't the case, but she had said to me before her death that having me live my lifelong dream of being on TV and having a good mark in school was better. Man, I love that woman.
If you could make one change to any aspect of Camp Animal Crossing, what would it be and why?
Camp Animal Crossing has come a long way since the birth of the game. When the game first started, survival was the big part of the game. Then, of course, as the days have gone by, it's morphed into a more socially manipulated game, and I myself would like to see them bring back the show for Season 2 with not so many advantages and comfort. Let's break down the game, make it a true survival game, and separate the men from the boys and the women from the girls.
And one more question from me. Would you play again if asked?
My only thing that I could say to truly put it in outright words is, does a bear crap in the woods? When that happens, absolutely! I would play again. All I'm waiting for is a phone call from Tom Book.
Thank you for sharing your answer with me. Now let me leave it to the pre-merge boots, if they have any questions.
This isn't really a question, but it is a comment on how well you played. You did much better than me, Bill, and I am so glad you got ahead and made it post-merge. Congrats.
Thanks, Phil. If only we made an alliance since our names rhyme.
May I ask you something, Bill? So you got on Camp Animal Crossing to avenge your mother's death, so what aspect of the game interested you by any chance?
That's easy. Making friends on my team, and pretty much competing in the challenges that are hard, and also voting out the ones I want out the most.
Just to wrap this up, Bill, if you helped Genji in the exam challenge, would you take that as cheating? I like to cheat a lot.
Robin, don't go there.
So that's it for Bill's interview. Join us later when we interview Genji, and how he reflects on his Camp Animal Crossing experience. As always, I'm Isabel, and I'll see you again real soon.
Y'all ready to get funky?
The most important part of dance is music. So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
1, 2, 3.
But that was too soft.